All right, all right, all right. Good evening. Good evening. How's it going? I am trusting that you are doing awesome. It is another Tuesday where we come out live from, Step Up Your Game. Basically, this is what we talk about. It's all about business. How do you step up in your business from wherever you are? And the game here is pretty simple, right? Back in the days when I used to be an employee, like a permanent employee, I'm still an employee, but I'm a different type of an employee, right? I'm an employee who volunteers to be an employee in my own business. And that's something that we can talk about a little bit later. But the whole idea of here being on Step Up is that you can step up from being an employee to become potentially a system owner. So, how can you become a business owner? And from there, how do you become an investor? Hopefully, that being an investor, you start to see money working for you. That's what this show is all about. And on every Tuesday at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock, I come out and we talk about a specific topic. And on a Tuesday, we speak about how you can start a specific business. We've spoken about so many businesses that I think if you had to jump in into the previous videos, you'll be able to jump in, listen to them, get some nuggets, and if it's something that speaks to you, dive in and step up your game. It is I, your boy, TJ. So let's start, right? And today I want us to talk about being a consultant in the field of your expertise. Being a consultant in the field of your expertise. So there's so many expertise out there. I remember back in the days when I used to work for the bank, at a point, I actually left the employment on a full time and I became a consultant. And I remember at that time, my rate literally doubled, right? My rate literally doubled. And at this point, my rate actually tripled. So let's assume that if I was earning 100 Rand an hour, so which meant that my rate doubled to 200. And when I'm saying that it tripled, it basically means that I was now earning around about 300. So what was the difference there? As a consultant, you're an expert, right? So you coming in with some experts, with some IP that whatever business that there is that you are consulting in, they don't know what you know. So you know a little bit more. So they're hiring you for the special IP, for the special information that you've got. And I have seen many, many companies actually out there that are hired for their IP, specifically all of these consulting firms that we see out there. Now, the question that we want to be asking ourselves is that how can you actually create a side hustle and step up into this particular business? How can you create this side hustle and step up into it? So let's assume that you're an HR, or let's assume you're a teacher. Let's assume whatever the industry is, or whatever that you do. That is actually the other day. This is so funny, right? My wife and I, we kind of like laughed hard around it. So this particular lady that we met, and this lady here, she is a specialized side chick. Yeah, that's what I said. Specialized side chick. Now she consults, or she what does that mean? She actually gives advice to other side chicks, and now she actually runs a school to teach other women how to become a side chick. Imagine that. That is insane, right? Now, the principles are the same, irrespective of how we might look at this particular individual and we might look down on them. But hey, prostitution is one of those businesses that has been around for the longest time. So it's a good business. It's not formalized, but it's been around, right? Now, the reason why I'm talking about such a kind of a profession, you might be thinking, oh, my business, or should I say my expertise, you can't go and consult in it. I've just given you one that is ridiculously, we can't even think of how you can consult on that one. And then someone just did that. I met the person, my wife and I, we did, right? And she even runs a school. So how crazy is that? Now let's talk about it. So what is consulting? I think that's the number one thing that we need to be asking ourselves. What is consulting? Because for some of us, we might be thinking of it as, oh, that's, for other people that can be consulted. Me, I can't be. I recently met someone else who's an administrator and who consults for administration, right? And she gets paid in a good rate and that kind of thing. So you can be a consultant. I met someone else who's a personal trainer and who consults for other personal trainers. So consulting, basically, in the terms, or should I say, the boundaries that I want to talk to you tonight, is let's assume that you have a 5 to 10 years experience onto something. So you're becoming an expert. 10 years, 20 years, hey, you're a guru in that thing. Over 30 years, you are the master in that thing, right? Now, because you understand that expertise that you now have, there are several possibilities now that you can do. So it's either you can guide others that are newbies, or you can go into another business where they are doing something and they don't need you to be on a full time, but you can come in at a temporary basis and you can then charge your rate, which could be X. And within that rate, you then become a consultant. Now, I've done that before in my past life, and I currently do it from time to time. And the question there that we need to be identifying is that, are you suitable to be a consultant? Because not everyone can become a consultant. If you're starting off, you can't be a consultant because you're just starting off. You have no skill. So this particular business that we are talking about today is about those that have harnessed a particular skill. Let's talk about a DJ. Of late, I was listening to, I was watching Netflix the other day, and there's actually a DJ who actually now starts to consult with other DJs. And his first client, so this guy, he's on the mainstream. And this guy here, what he basically did is he took in an 18-year-old DJ from a no town, no name town, and he literally put him on a world map. And now this guy here, who is 18-year-old, now plays in stadiums of 40, 50,000 people at a time, and he's making good bucks. So basically, what the younger guy did is he took on the expertise from the senior guy, and he honed that in. He paid him whatever that needs to be paid, and he literally jammed his succession plan. And that's what consultation can do. You know, with your skill, you can groom in someone else. With your skill, it's kind of like sounds like mentoring, but it's not really like mentoring. So it's kind of like someone working in your business, right? That's what consulting is. So I'm gonna come in and show you the ropes. I'm gonna come in and put the processes together. I'm gonna come in and like this is how you do it. So you don't have to go through all of those pains. But as a consultant, how do you then make it a business? So we've spoken about the actual consultation part of it, right? So how do you become a consultant? You need to have a skill of sort. Now, I've also said that I've done this in the past before. And how do you make money from it? So basically, you're selling your time. You're exchanging your time for money. That's what you're doing. And most employees, you know, you exchange your time and your value and your expertise to the business that you are employed at for money, right? I'm not a huge advocate of that, exchanging your time for money, but I am happy. I'm more happy if I'm exchanging my time for assets, because I know then that assets will be able to pay me for the rest of my life. But how do you step up and make it a business? That's the question. How do you step up and make it a business? Pretty simple. I'll give you an example, right? An example is that at a point, I was consulting at the bank on a very big project. And on that project, basically, they had asked me to come in as a consultant, and I was doing some work there. And I had posted potentially around about 9 hours to 10 hours that I was doing work there. Because as a consultant, remember you're selling time, so you're not working you're not working the time. You are working the work. Does it make sense? Yeah, you're working the work. So if the job allows you to go over 10, 15 hours, I used to do it, right? I didn't care. I would do it. I bend the time and I'll get paid for my 15 hours. That's what consulting is all about, right? On the other hand, I got another gig, right? So I got another job, and within that other job, basically what they said to me, hey, we want you on. So what I did is that I left someone else, another consultant at my current project. And I joined the other project. So which basically means that I now have a system, or should I say a person who is now doing my job or following the process that I have done. And now all of a sudden, I now have a business, right? A system. Someone is following what I'm supposed to be doing. And with that, I am getting paid. So let's assume that if I was getting paid 100, I'm still getting paid 100. And now this particular person that I'm bringing in, I can be paying them off the 100. I can be paying them 80 rand. I can be paying them 90 rand. I can be paying them 50 rand. It just depends. And now I can do that with 4 or 5 people. And that's how you create a business. Most consulting firms are built like that. But at a particular point, I might need to elevate myself now, not to be a consultant anymore, but to be a business owner. And where I can now be able to start sell my services. And out of that, I've got all these people below me that are delivering those services. And this is done. There are so many people that do this, but at least you start off from a consulting, and then you have more people on your team. From having more people on your team, and now you've got a business. And yeah, would I do that? I am still doing it now. I do it. I've got some spare time, and I exchange some of that time for helping other people in their businesses. And I do that from time to time. So if you're looking for someone to help you out in your business in terms of how do you just scale it or how do you make it big, then yeah, reach out to us. My email address is at hello@tarajjack.com, and that's where it is. So if you're wanting to start, how do you start? It's simple. Get a skill. Within that skill, hone it. Once you hone it, then you can go out and then you can start sell it, and hopefully you can be making some money out of it. Now, for people that are doing this kind of line of business, if consulting is your thing, whatever field that you're consulting, I've got a slot where I want to hear from you, where we can actually talk to you, and not just talk to you, but also expand. Maybe we can connect with you and connect some of our audience to you in terms of your business. So, in the description, you will go through, there is a link there where you can literally join us and, well, let us know who you are, let us know what your company does, and we will host you on our next sessions where we specifically speak to business owners, and we promote who you are to all of our audience out there. And if that would be something that would be cool or adding value to your business. Yeah, that's all I have for tonight. And let me just see here if I've got any questions that are coming out from anyone. By the way, even if you're watching this after the show, right, you're most welcome to drop me a question. I am happy to answer those questions for you. Someone is asking the question here, hey, TJ, how's it going? Can you consult whilst you are employed? I don't know. It depends with your contract of your employment. They may call it moonlighting. It might not be good for you. So just double check your contract, what it says, and then you can do it or not. That's the thing that I can ask. That's the thing that I can give you there, right? Another question here is asking, how much can I charge for my consulting? It depends. How much are you getting paid right now? So whatever that you're getting paid right now, that's your hourly rate. So you can double it up, or depending whether there's a demand. If there's no demand, then maybe. If there is demand, then yeah, you can. So it all depends. If there's a huge demand, you can charge more. If there's less demand, then obviously there's plenty of people. Like, let's assume you're a consultant for footballers, and there's like 1,000 of you. You may want to put a smaller rate. But now if there is only you can charge what they call a premium. Premium is, it's whatever you want, because you're the only one who can deliver such kind of things, right? Awesome stuff. Okay, let's ask here the other question that's coming through. Hey, can you consult whilst you're working from home? I don't know. So that's a very broad question, right? Because some jobs you can, some job you actually need to be in the actual business for you to be able to consult. So I think it depends. I think this person here is wanting to work from home in their pajamas. They don't want to go out. But look, it really depends whether you want to do that or not, or whether also your client allows you to do that. So it really depends with either your client, or it depends with the nature of the job. So let's assume that you're consulting in a mine. There's no way you're going to work from home. You got to be at the mine. So it all depends. I'm going to take in my last question. My last question is, TJ, how do you deal with the tax when you're getting paid so much money for consulting? That's my biggest problem. That's a very good question there that you're asking. There's different strategies that you can deploy, obviously to, I don't want to say to run away from tests, but there is legal routes that you can run away from paying tax. I think it's called evade, evade. Yeah, so there's a term that they use. I've forgotten what it's called, but basically there is avoid or evade. Which one is avoid? The one is illegal and the other one is not. But basically, you can. There's certain ways in which you can not pay high taxes, or you can implement with your accountant how to pay very little tax. Depending on the industry that you're in, depending on your lifestyle as well. There's so many things that can be done, but I think that's a very specific question to you. And if you are running into that problems, hey, let me know. I can just refer you, or I can work with you a little bit before I refer you to a professional who's obviously an accountant to see how best. Because maybe you're consulting in your name. It's not really the best, but yeah, you might need to consult maybe in a company or that kind of thing. So yeah. Hey, it's been great hanging out with you. I'm hoping that the information that I've been sharing with you has been of great value. If it is, in the comments below, hit us with some comments. I'll come back to you. If this is of value, share it with other people. And don't forget to hit us up on our YouTube channel and subscribe and turn on your notification so that the next time I am live, you can engage and ask questions just like some of these guys have been asking questions. It's me, TJ. Let's check you out on the next video. Thank you.